What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all seeing the title was going down. Y'all do. Before we get in the video, please, I do reaction videos. You know, I've been doing it for over 3 years, and people, you know, I didn't have an email and comments of, oh, you pausing the video and you talking and you doing this and you doing it. Well, you know, not to, you know, be mean or anything like that, but y'all can see this video. A lot of times I put the original video in my description box for y'all to check out if y'all haven't seen it yet, but it's my reaction onto this video. So, you know, I sometimes I don't even like to apologize for it because it, you know, this is what I do. You know, it's definitely what I do and what I've been doing, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's get a video.
Gave his eulogy.
Yeah, he gave his eulogy. And then the other thing, they keep talking about making sure that these Supreme Court justices have an ethics guideline. Sotomayor's staff was always prodding people and colleagues and libraries to buy her books. I mean, don't make it about just one side. But anyway.
Well, those things aren't.
Those things aren't what?
Clarence Thomas and Sonia Sotomayor are not comparable. I mean, Elena Kagan even sent back bagels.
Wait, let me tell you something.
Okay.
You want to make a criticism about Thomas, I should make a criticism about Sotomayor.
And then I can add that they're not comparable.
You can't decide that they're not comparable.
Really?
They're both. Wait a minute. You're going to impose on people, you got to buy my boss's book and going out to whenever she lectures?
Flitting off on private jets to remote islands, having.
Okay, this isn't worth it.
Because it's not going your way anymore.
You said your point and I said mine. Now let's turn to this. If you thought
but that's the thing. Like, Democrats don't sit there and let you, you know, when you give a point and they give their point, you know, or is when they give their point, then when you throw out your point about the whole situation, they want to try to, you know, talk crazy, get mad, you know, and it bothers me. And the reason I say this is because I didn't deal with it. You know, you know, my brother's Democrat, my mom is, my dad is, and I deal with it. You know, so
the MAGA agenda couldn't get any more ridiculous. The party rallying behind Kamala Harris by leaning into the word weird to attack Donald Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, an apparent callback to Kamala's attack against Trump if she were ever to face him on the debate stage.
Well, it's just plain weird. I mean, that's the box you put that in, right?
It's not just a weird style that he brings. It's that this leads to weird policies.
That is weird behavior.
More extreme,
crazy,
more weird, more erratic.
I mean, on the other side, they're just weird.
The 32 ounces of weird.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate.
And by the way, they are weird.
It is bizarre. It's weird. It is weird.
J.D. Vance, just dumb Vance, is pretty weird.
J.D. Vance, brushing off the attack, says, keep him coming.
Doesn't hurt my feelings. Look, the price of admission, meaning the price of getting to serve the people of this country, is the Democrats are going to attack us with everything that they have. I think it's an honor.
And the media's honeymoon with Kamala is far from over. New York Magazine is out with this cover of Harris and her Democrat cheerleaders titled, Welcome to Kamala.
Look at Nancy. Look at Obama. This is wild.
Kamala. All right. Okay, so I'll start with
you. Know Jessica over there hot.
You, Brian.
She's mad right
They're
now.
changing. I mean, we were extremist, we were radical, and now we're just weird. Why are they softening the terminology when we needed to be deprogrammed? We were a cult. Now we're weird.
I could give my opinion. I'm not sure what's behind it. I wasn't in part of that think tank. But I will say this. The whole democracy is at stake was not working. But saying that Donald Trump and he's going to overthrow democracy wasn't working. The trying to put him in jail at lawfare wasn't working. So now they say these are the candidates we got to deal with. We got the team together. So let's make them weird. And I thought that Donald Trump Jr. put out a couple of videos that said, I'll give you weird. Kamala Harris giving her pronouns before a big speech to Chris Cuomo before a major thing. And to talk about some of her stances when it comes to AOC, saying that we should start taxing people 80%. She's like, you know what? That's a good, innovative idea. That's kind of weird. Also, I think outside Jesse, most of us are weird. Outside Jesse. Most of us have a little bit of thing that's a little non-traditional. And I think by calling people weird, that'll make them more relatable.
Is this, Dana, a part of their effort to appeal to Gen Z because, you know, they may buy into that?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, obviously, it was a poll-tested word. Or what I think is weird is not thinking for yourself and just listening to the bat signal and saying, okay, today we call them weird. Got it. And then everybody does it. I think it's so bizarre. I'd rather just think for myself. I also think that it's amorphous language. It's like, well, weird can be good, right? I guess. But I've also thought online has been pretty interesting to say J.D. Vance is weird. And then you click on the picture and it's some like craziness on the left. So I don't know where this is all going. I think that both sides are trying to land on how they want to define each other now because the race is different.
Well, could it be, Jesse, that people are just tired of the name calling? And
I'm not tired of it. I love the name calling, Judge, and I like laughing, but I guess we're going to have to go with, what's the new one? Crazy? It's hard to keep up with, but these are good. Listen, I think probably November 6th, the Democrats are going to look back at this landslide, shellacking that they just got handed and think, why did I waste 3 days in late July calling the Trump people weird? The only way Kamala Harris has a shot, and I mean any shot, is if she distinguishes herself from Joe Biden. She has to say how she's different from Joe Biden. She can't say
exactly. I done said this plenty of times.
To Joe Biden because there's nowhere out there. That's as far as we've gotten. She has to say what she would do differently and why she would do it differently. If she just
starting with that border, and he's migrant.
This is the new face of the Biden administration. It's just a hellacious disaster. Now, if you've been called a racist Nazi dictator and then they start calling you weird, I bet Trump's pretty happy with that. I don't think he would mind. Now, when I saw Trump demolish Joe Biden for 90 minutes, I didn't see him weird. When I saw Trump go like this, fight after surviving a bullet, I didn't think weird. Most people don't see that when they see Donald Trump. And if you want to play that game, we can play it all day. Look at the Biden White House. You got cocaine, you got rabid dogs, you got secret Parkinson's doctors, you have Dylan all up in that place. It's political projection. They leaked something. Trump was going to call her weird, so she's like, oh, okay, rubber glue. This is like the lamest thing you've ever... I miss the heady days of the big debates about nuclear policy from the 80s. That's what I really miss, Jessica. Can we get back to that, please?
Yes. And Jessica, while I was gone, Kamala, apparently one of the most unpopular politicians in the country, has gone up 8 points. And
now watch. Watch this. I guarantee Jessica gets mad at some point with his last 2 minutes out of this video. Guaranteed.
I don't know that she's done much in the week that I've been gone, but doesn't this show how the media can actually formulate the public's opinion about who they want?
Well, I think that applies to us, too, as members of the media, that people watch us on TV and it affects their opinions of things. And there's no doubt that she's had a very good week in terms of coverage, but she's just flat out had a good week. She's done really effective rallies, her team of surrogates, and that's where weird comes from. It comes from Governor Tim Walz from Minnesota, who has a very plain speaking way about him, and he was giving an interview, and he said they're just weird, and then it caught on from there. And I think that people are sick of the vitriol. They are sick of hearing that it's the end of the earth if X thing happens. People did live through 4 years of Donald Trump and came out the other side of it and then went and elected Joe Biden. But they don't feel that he's the existential threat necessarily, as Brian was bringing up. And so there has to be a reframing. But to Jesse's point, that people don't think that Donald Trump is weird. You listen to these rallies where he's talking about sharks getting electrocuted. No, you could say that. If you are not a diehard Trump supporter, the late, great Hannibal Lecter doesn't resonate in the same way. The sharks, the weird stuff about batteries. Like, Donald Trump is not a normal human, and I guess it's only Jesse that is normal in all of this.
How do you say that he's not a normal human being when you have Kamala? Like, has she not seen interviews of her? Have she not seen the way that, like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Her being VP. What is complete? Like, what have they done to? But she want to say that Trump, like, it burns me up, and I paused the video because it's like, I feel like when Trump, and I wasn't say into politics or anything like that, you know, back then, you know, like I am now, when you know Trump was in office, but nobody was really complaining about things. Now that I look back, you know, at his time, nobody was complaining. You know, and that's what bothers me. But it's like so many people you know, still have so much hate towards this man. And I don't understand. I really don't. And they so in denial when it comes to, you know.
Pull up the tapes of Kamala Harris.
So, but you can play
Exactly.
that weird.
I mean, I just think that it's.
You want to talk batteries?
But if you,
I mean, you guys
I don't
spent
wanna talk
$10
batteries.
trillion.
I wanna-
You installed 8. That's weird.
What I want to talk about is that
That's weird.
whatever the
Look how mad
strategy
she
is
is.
now, it is working. So Kamala Harris is now running either tied or ahead in national polling. Same in the swing states. Her favorability not just up 8 points, it's up 12 points. While Donald Trump has gone down 5.
She's the next
Don't
Obama.
do it.
She's going to win.
And J.D.
I'd be
Vance
so
has
worried.
gone down 8
I'm
points.
so nervous.
Democratic and
Jesse going- he's being
up
sarcastic.
26
She's only
points.
doing one thing. She's reading speeches.
Why are you saying, oh my God?
Because I'm like, we have to
Kamala.
tease.
She's going to win. Oh, my God.
Yeah, because we have to tease.
Kamala Harris, the next Barack Obama. It's a cultural
That's not-
phenomenon. How do we stop her, Brian?
All right.
Having
only
a
hold the
Coming up,
container.
having a little bit of
outrage
joy
over the
in
Olympics
campaign is
opening
not bad.
ceremony.
Telling you. Y'all see how mad Jessica gets. It's for real insane. It's sad, you know, on how many people get so mad when it comes to things. It's just being in and out. You know, not accepting the truth, not having your facts there. You know, all of the above. Definitely. Make sure y'all hit the like with that subscribe. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the next 2 videos I'm dropping tonight. Catch y'all next one.